Hello everyone, I'm Felix and I'm playing again with another deck tech video. And this time more matches and not so much deck tech like the last one was with Emerald Titan. So today I'm going to show you off the blue-black midrange deck, which I'm going to play at GP Madrid. Today is Thursday, so I will be flying tomorrow. So as the last day I can record games and matches. Already played 61 matches, I kept track of them in a Word document in an Excel spreadsheet. So I played I went 55 and 6, which is a pretty solid record. I obviously cut out the fringe decks or like people on brews. I don't add that to the total record, I just add it to the today record. And yeah, so I'm going to be playing at GP Madrid, as I already said. I have to play Standard. I wanted to play Modern, but Standard is fine as well because I think it's the format where I'm still better, because my Modern deck is like kind of fringe, it's Emerald Titan, as you know from the previous deck tech. And I mean, I placed 2 times in the top 4 of a bigger Austrian tournament with like 40 players, but I never really achieved something big with it. And I don't want to play in HP with it, so I just decided I'm going to play this deck. So I'm going to play Standard since my one player won. He didn't want GP now. He finished 12 and 3 at GP Neo with 4 card F Shadow, and he's still playing the same deck. And then our legacy player, he's playing Crixus Delver, which he's been playing for 3 years, he told me, around 3 years. So he seems to be well prepared with the deck, and even like sat down in the store and champion some matches the last 2 weeks and tried out some flex slots, and he managed to beat the land matchup quite frequently, which now it shouldn't happen with Delver because lands is a pretty favorable matchup, but let's just focus on the deck for now. So 26 lands, it's the same. So this list is very orientated on the Brad Nelson one. Actually the main deck is around the same, expect 1 card. So Brad Nelson, if you don't know him, is a professional Magic player, and he and some other pros worked on this deck and played at a GP I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, and all of the 3 people who played this deck, this list, they finished in the top 32. I mean, they're pro players, right? But that's a very good result for 3 players. And then one week, so I think it's now 2 weeks ago, there was the MOX, so Magic Arm Championship. There was like a qualifier on this weekend, and Brad, since I know Brad's account, he finished 6 and 2 with it, and one guy finished 7 and 1, and 2 other ones 6 and 2. I think even 3 other ones finished 6 and 2. So the deck is now the best deck in Standard right now. That's what I think at least, and it's the most played deck shown by Goldfish. So let's get into the deck now. So we're playing 26 lands, same number as Brad Nelson does. There's only the main deck difference already in the land base, since I opted to run Canyon Slough over 8th Swamp, because I had like games, I tested with 25 lands and I flooded really often, I screwed really often, and then I added another land and had like very often I had draws where I was just flooding out, or at least in the late game, if I could have cycled the land I would have probably won the game or stuff like that. So I opted for a 5th tap land, which is totally okay, and you can cycle that in the late game. Then we play for Fatal Push here. It's just in combination with Braska's Contempt. These 2 are the best removal spells in Standard right now. Can kill almost anything in Standard right now, expect those 5 drops. And you have like a rewarded neighbors in form of Field of Ruin, Ballista, and your own creatures dying. And Braska's Contempt is just the best removal spell in Standard, killing a planeswalker or a creature and exiling that even, so it can kill the gods. And then you just gain this 2 life, which is super helpful. Then to complete the spell package we have like 3 counter spells, which is 1 Essence Scatter, 1 Supreme Will, and 1 Commit. It's the same that Brad opted for. I sent my list to like 2 other teammates of mine, so we're playing Standard at my local game store and PPTQs and stuff in Austria, so more of the competitive Standard players, and they played also I think around 50 games with the list together, and one of them said that he played the 2 mana bounce something and 5 mana flashback, and they wanted us to discard 2 cards, and he told me that yesterday. and I don't have any time to practice with the card, so I think I will stick with the commit and try it out later on. He said it was nice because you could just bounce your own Gonti or Chupacabra or a Scarab God in response to a contempt. But you can counter spell it, so that's why I think it's consigned to Oblivion, yeah. That's why I think Fumigate is better. So, and then just like another way to remove a Scarab God or Hazoret, so Kennedy 5th Rascal's Contempt, but you have to leave mana open. Which is okay since you have like many 2-drops, we can play turn 4, play a 2-drop and leave up the mana. And then so prevent, this could be another commit, this could be another scatter. But I think this is fine because you can counter like again a Scarab God or a Hazoret. And if you don't need to counter anything, you can just dig for creatures or dig for Scarab Gods, removal, what you need. So, and the last 3 spells left, so we have like 2 Charter courses. I'm not a big fan of this card, but I've tested as well with Treasure Map, since I think Treasure Map suits this deck quite well. Since you can go map on turn 2 and then scry in the upkeep and play a 2-drop, since the deck has many 2-drops and not so many 3-drops. Only 3 Champion of Wits and Supreme. But with so much braiding running around, I found Charter Cost to be better, since really often you need the capture, and if you keep like a 2-lander and you don't hit your 3rd land drop on turn 3, Charter Cost definitely helps here more than Treasure Map. And then like one of Lilian. This is the card that I think is the weakest out of the deck. I played like 3 games today in the league match and stuff like that, where I think Lilian did a really good work. But on the other hand, I wasn't really impressed her with doing interesting, but I haven't found a replacement for her, so I will be keeping her. So let's talk about the creatures. We have 4 Kinslip Siphoner, which is the best 2-drop in Standard. It's like a Dark Confidence, but it only, you pay 1 life and you have to attack with it twice to enable it. Or like play this on turn 2, like play a field headed pools and then an Ether Hub, and then this lets you pay for the 2 energy on turn 3, so you get to draw a free card. And if you have 2 of them, you can basically trigger them every turn. So at least 1 of them. Then we have 2 Gifted Etherborn, which is the next best 2-drop in these colors. It's really good because you can trade up with everything except indestructible and flying creatures. So it's a good ground blocker and like stabs the bleeding against aggressive decks, because sometimes the 2/2s can't attack anymore, or the 1/1s, speaking of Merfolk or something like that. And in the late game you can just get a Scarab God, and it's a 4/4 life in Death Touch, which is very great. Then Walking Balliston. First of all, I hated the card in the deck. I didn't understand it, but after like playing these games, I value this card very highly, and I think it's very strong in the deck, since like you can pay it the amount of mana you want to pay. Of course, it's an X spell, but you can either play it for 1 and then just leave mana open for Keurig, or like counter spell post board, and if you don't do anything, just put a count on it. So, and it's also really flexible because it's really strong against aggressive decks. It's at least game 1, it's strong against control decks, and which is a kind of niche interactions with champion of it, since you can room for counter and bin this, since otherwise you don't have very many ways to kill it, and then use its Eternalize ability for the Scarab God. So talking about champion wits, this is a card that doesn't net you card advantage, it's only for card filtering. But once you embalm it, as Eternalize it or grab it up with Scarab God, it's really good value. Then to Gontis, I tried out 2 Troopers and 1 Gonti and even 1 Hostage Taker, but Gonti is so good since it's the best card, one of the best cards in the mirror, since it allows you to steal your opponent's Vasquez Contempt or Scarab Gods, and it's also a good card against the niche decks like recycling or tokens, since you can steal the key enchantments. Chupacabra, I don't think I have to talk about the Chupacabra. This is just a very strong magic card. Yeah, Scarab God is the same, just like this wins game on its own. Against the creature deck, if you are able to untap of Scarab God on an empty board and I don't have to remove it, you have 1 for sure. And then the last was Torrential Gearhawk. This is like the going over the top of the other midrange decks, since like Grixis has Glorybringers, Chandras, and the Phoenixes, you have 2 Skiharks. You can take them out again with Scarab God and like use Fatal Push or Rascal's Contempt or some of the counter spells. And they get way better post-board in many matchups. So talking about sideboard, to the rest, for control decks or combo matchups like Approach or tokens, 2 Argus Bloodlust, almost the same reason like Midrange Mirrors. This guy is really strong because post-board both sides are switching to like a more controlling approach. And against controlling and like this token stack, it's really fine. Then to Moment of Craving, just another removal spell against red decks or the monster stack. It's also fine against the monster stack. And if your opponent is playing Champion of Wits, you can just go play this, and the Champion of Wits remembers the 0 power once it goes to the graveyard, so if they still choose to loot with it, they have just to discard 2 cards. I got some people on X with this obviously, but I really don't expect to get people with it in paper. Then the counter suit, consisting of 2 negates, 1 chases defeat and 1 supreme will. So like additional counters for the control matchups or mid-range matchups. I mean, I had like 3 negates and 1 supreme will, but I decided to add a chases defeat. Since right now, with the upswing of this deck and the other blue-black deck, this is also a counter for Scarab God and Torrential here, which is very important. Then 1 Sorcerer Spyglass. I haven't really understand it because, I mean, tokens isn't that bad of a matchup, and that's almost the only matchup you want it in. I also bring it in like the monsters matchup, where it's okay naming an internalized threat, but I think this card is replaceable. I don't have any time to test it anymore. 1 Golden Demise, this is just the best sweeper right now. It kills like almost everything except Tezzeret from the Mono Red deck and from the Green Red deck and Merfolk deck and Mardu deck. Then Lost Legacy, this is just not only good for the approach deck, this is also good in the midrange and control matchups. Since you brought it in and you're naming Rascal's Contempt, and if you strip your opponents from Rascal's Contempt, you don't have many answers left for your Scarab God, if any. So this becomes really important in the midrange matchup. So then let's go for another blue card, which is Glimmer of Genius. It's like for the midrange and control matchups, and it also really suits well with Confiscation Coup, and as well I can get flashback with the Gearhulk. And last but not least is Confiscation Coup, which is like a really amazing card for the control, for like midrange matchups and control matchups. You just steal the threat, which is they tap out for threat like for Scarab God and you steal it, and they have to deal with it. So yeah, and it's also good against monsters obviously. So yeah, so let's start. Let's try to play some games now. Yeah. So last time I talked about 55 minutes. This time it's only 30 minutes. I hope that's okay. But yeah, so that's. And if you wonder, yeah, I have a new account, and I only played 1 game of it so far because on the old account I had around 3,500, around 3,000 matches I think, and I decided to make a new account because I want to climb on the constructed ladder again. On the other one I had like 1,600 limited and 1,600 constructed. But like every match I won gave me 5 points. I won to 5 points and I was really disappointed. So this hand, if it would be in the play, I would mulligan it, but in the draw we can keep like greedy hands like this, because we are playing 26 lands. Yeah, we found a hub, which is perfect. So we can play it into Siphoner. Oh, and I'm bringing the Spyglass against the Sultan Energy deck to name the climb and the. Not to primarily name the climb, but I can also name the climb. It's primarily there for the Bristling Hydra. And I think this looks like a lot like the Sultan Constrictor deck to me. Ooh, interesting. Oh, this is Pamela, alright. So let's just go and play this thing here. If it's Pamela, the matchup is okay. I would love to draw an additional card. So it's just gonna attack here. You can block because we have menace. I'm just gonna play Gift the Etherborn. And this just allows us to trade here, so it's super strong. They can't even attack properly, and they can't even block unless they play something. And we can try to trip a card with their Pamela if they play one. So I think this definitely is the Pamela deck, because they're playing Greenberg Rampager. I'm not sure, but I think it is what it looks like. Yeah, it's Pamela for sure. And I guess they have lost from defense. Just try and trip a card, right? Alright, so they didn't have unprocessable defense. So if the trade is fine because we're playing a Scarab God next turn, or we can play a Scarab God next turn. Although so sorry, I get the phone call. I was just muted for a second. Okay, so I'm back. So I have to go and ask my brother what he wants for dinner. Once I finish this game, which I think will be pretty soon, because I got to kill 2 Camelas from my opponent, so they didn't have any protection. Is it trying to kill me, or is it just going to draw a card? Let's see. If it taps out here, we could just go in Gear Hug. Or we can Gear Hug. Depending on what it does, we might not choose to draw a Siphon because we want to play the double blue mana of my Interhub. He's passing, alright. Yeah, now I'll attack with these threats. Let's see what he's doing. Okay, nothing. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I'm going to feeder for one of your aces. Grab an Iron. You can just go and cast Charlie Course. And try to cast a Fiddle Push here. And then it's pass. Yeah. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back again. So, for Pamela, this is like a matchup where Spyglass shines. Then I want to have the moment of cravings, additional removal. I don't want golden demise. I might want to have the Ressus. So let's see what I'm going to be boarding out. In this matchup, I dislike Liliana because it's a fast matchup. I also dislike Gauntis because I don't think he's very good in this matchup. I guess this thing on the draw here, I don't never cut them. It seems like a matchup a champion is not as good. But I think I can bring him on bounty. Not the opponent's more powerful, so yeah, I guess one negate. I want the rest. I guess one negate. Yeah, this is fine.
Your game has started.
If this land had a second land, it would be nuts, but we can't keep this unfortunately. This one is great. Yeah, I have a siphon on top. Here's the woodland stream, alright. So we're being on push. So, he played in the woodland stream and passed. So I'm just going to play the siphoner here. But we can't draw a card, but we can go with charter cost next turn. So he runs the servant, which is totally fine by me. Land please. Alright. Just gonna attack. Let's hope we draw a land of charter course, but we should. God damn it. We really need to draw a land. And this works fine because we can go ballista and push then if we find the land. If we find one. Because we will probably not use the ability on Pamela to prevent. So, alright, yeah. We found the land. I mean, this play would also make sense, but then I would need my siphon to die, which I can't right now. So ballista for one, please. And then let's go ahead and shoot the Pamela. Yeah. And as I already mentioned, he's going to use this Boston defense instead of the ability because he wants to pump Pamela. So everything goes according to plan. Oh, here's a second Pamela. Shoot. So I guess we need to do the same trick again. Or we just go for a Rascus content. Yeah, so they only have one protection spell. And then let's attack again. So I think this deck has a really good Pamela matchup. Especially post-board. Wow. There's 3 Pamelas. So I might even have to commit one of these. No, I drawn out of this commit. Alright, fine. And the Siphon is making so much card damage right now. It's amazing. I mean, I don't mind the 2 lives I lose a return. Menace ability, and this is so important, so your opponent can't just go and block it. He goes for a cartouche, which is fine, but we can't more craving it anymore. We can still commit it. He tries to take for something to play. Yeah, right. So let's just go attack. And then just go and play out all cards from my hand. So next turn I can put a counter on this here, known of grabbing his servant and ping for 1. And I'm going to draw 3 cards this turn. I wonder if these decks are still playing dive and plus in defense. But as you see here, Rogue Refiner and Attune hurting this deck a lot. This deck would run both cards. I mean, I would also run both cards, like run Rogue Refiner and run Attune and play Sota, like this before. So let's see what he's going to do. And if it doesn't attack, like I spring with only my Siphoners and don't use my Ballista and just charge here. So yeah. So now let's draw 3 cards. Turn shaky here, great. I'll draw the doorstep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So let's put a counter here first. Alright, then let's go and attack for 8. Let's see if he has something. No. Alright. Then we'll just like to ping you for 2, for 1. And then ping you for 1 again. Alright, GG's. So we're going up to 56. And 1-0 today. Alright. So let's make at least another match. Since we're only 25 minutes in and we gained around 130 points. You can see the leaderboard, but the first place is a friend of mine. He's called Tankwar. He's a German one. I met him at the PPTQ near the German border, and he's like 1700 construct rating and 1650 limited rating. So he really is a strong player. And Oliver as well as online. Me, Oliver King. His name is Skipper. 1600 and 1550. So Tankward should also be playing Standard as well. Yeah. Let's just watch him play while we wait for an opponent. So he looks like he's playing blue-white board Pharaoh's Gift.
Your game can start.
Yeah. Against some sort of control deck, but
your game has started.
Good luck. Yeah, this one is okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop watching here. So just lead on this. I mean, double pushes either strong or really bad. So let's see against what we're playing. This could be the mirror match. I think push is good. Swamp. Yeah, looks like the mirror match. Then please. Wait. And this even more shows that we are Grixis. Because that's what my opponent going to think, that we are Grixis and not blue deck. Here's another Siphoner. Wow. No second, no third land. Okay, that's one. So I guess he might be on another pushes. So I guess he might be something like mono black midrange. Or maybe just as an awkward draw with the deck. Just gonna push again. I really wanted the land here over push, but that's also fine. I might want to push back here. Yeah, so it's blue-black. This hurts so much. I need like at least one land because if he plays a Scarab next turn, I'm in really big trouble. I mean, I can black one Scarab activation with the Fatal Push, but oh, it's a Liliana. Alright. Is he going to minus it, or is he going to plus it? I think he will minus it. Yeah. Grabs another Siphon, and I'm just going to push that. Land please, yes. Wait. So I found my 4th land right on time. So this is truly the mirror. Let's see if my opponent has a Scarab God. No, it's nothing. So let's opt for Bounty here. Meta has one of the 2 counter spells. Here's a commit, which is alright. I mean, this just means we draw a Bounty next turn. In 2 turns. Which is pretty bad, but still okay. We can chip a Cabra here. We draw an land, great. And you can push for it, alright. I think it's not the correct play to cycle the land here. Unless you have like no action. I guess take Scarab God. Why not? That's what I talked about. Stealing the best card from the opponent. I don't mind trading here because I have a Scarab God, which he doesn't know about. And he's just going, he's not even going to pump, he's just going to shoot. I mean, interesting. Oh, he wants to charge across, I see. So it's a land drop. So let's just go and play your Scarab God. And then attack with Bounty. I guess we will see a contempt here. Oh, he cycles, so he doesn't have a contempt. Which might be great. So if we're allowed to untap here, we're going to win. So he has Gear Hurric. Did I already use a contempt earlier? Oh, he uses commit. This is also fine because now I can just go and shuffle his own Scarab God back into his deck. I might just wants to memory. I think he wants to commit. Yeah. No, I have to do that. Now I've already burned 2 commits. So if he has another land, things are looking really bad because then he can just go Scarab God and grab something out of his graveyard. Or grab something out of my graveyard. So let's attack here. I think you should block here. Yeah. Then let's just go and play on Scarab God. So let's see if he has another land. Otherwise we are ahead because we have contempt. I think we are. I'm going, if I draw a land, I'm even going to go. I think we are favored because we can just go kill contempt and then have like 10 power on the board, and he has nothing. So I guess he's got another option hand open. So this seems really interesting. I guess I will use it here. Do you have anything interesting in the graveyard? Not really, besides a Gaunty. Yeah, great, we hit like lands. I'm not planning on casting this champion for it, so. Land, please. Yeah, alright, it's fine. So he maybe has a Gearhawk here. Yeah, it's alright. Whoops. I guess that's the only possible thing you can have. Or like a Supreme Girl, but I would just try and Scarab God here. Yeah, so he has the Gearhawk. Alright, it's fine. I guess his play made sense. I shouldn't have slammed my Scarab God, but he can't really flashback anything, he can only push something. And he has no revolt trigger, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So this is the guy what was bad of me. I don't know if it was bad, but I mean, they forced his both gears out now than later. So later he can just go and rebuy like he can rebuy stuff like a Rascal Contempt. And he still has a Gaunty card of mine. I think even if he finds a land now, he's still not ahead anymore because I have the gear contempt for his god. So just place it. Alright. Let's see, so he has no land found. Alright. So the question is, should I play with Essence Getter now? No, I don't think so. I'll just go and try to Gearhawk. Fresh by the contempt and Exodus play up God. And then I don't mind trading my Gaunty token here for his Gearhawk, because I'm the one with Scarab God on the field, in the hand. He can't block that. That is menace. Let's think OP. Yeah dude, that thing is menace. That is overpowered, you can't block that. So he's deciding to trade here. I think this is like the correct play, because you can't afford to take 4 damage if he has like nothing in hand. There's a filler for him. Okay. Oh, we drew another Scarab God. So you can triple Cabra, kill my Gearhawk, I guess. Seems okay, but I can still go and contempt it here and then. Yeah, I think unless. Yeah, this is alright. This is alright. I'm going to draw an extra card here. Oh, second cycle is great. And a replacement Scarab God, so I would like to attack you. This means I'm forcing you to activate the Scarab God. And yes. Alright. Yeah, as I already mentioned, he's going to grab his triple Cabra. And then I will just go and Field of Ruin here, target his Field of Ruin. So I can't use any shuffle effects, and I get a second Black Source here. Third Black Source, which is pretty important. And then contempt his Scarab God. Yeah. So let's see what he has. He has only, I think this was his, okay, he has 2 Gearhawks already used and 1 Scarab God already used. So he's casting champion effects. Discarding, yes, he draws the cards, alright. So I guess it's just digging for cards Etap 1, this cards Etap 1 and Scarab and Field Push, alright. So he's not attacking. And I guess, I mean, I could even champion with on my own here. Yeah, discard the Scarab God and the Gaunty. Play this and this, and leave up Scalar. And pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Then we can play a god next turn. Maybe I should have played a god this turn. I think this was a little mistake. We just should have jammed Scarab God. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what we should have done. And he had something the end of turn, I think. So let's just go and draw a card. And the land is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can do that. So let's just go for a Scarab God. Then playing Gifted Etap 1 and pass the turn. So yeah, I guess here the rest is condemned. Yeah. This is mine. Or something at least from this was from me. Is this mine? So I guess the new champion of it is mine. Was the champion near the card? Yeah, okay, so I got the Scarab God. That's what I might should have That's something I should have recognized because this was a really bad play. No? I shouldn't have discarded this one. So I still have really Iam, so it's fine. It's just going to play another champion here. Speaking of the devil, here she is. Just go and return a skill to the battlefield. Yeah. So Scarecrow wins the mirror match. So I want to add a glimmer, a confiscation crew. No spyglass, but I want to add negates and bloodfasts. Whoops. And Lost Legacy and Supreme. So I think Ballista is bad in this matchup. I also dislike at least one fatal push. So these cards stay in for sure. These are just answer cards. I mean, this card is OP. So we could shave on these. And I don't mind shaving one of this. I'm not sure if I want to leave the triple card line. I guess so. Yeah, but when if I cut this one here, I guess I can cut the triple card line. This is 60 cards. This seems fine. I might want to cut. No, it's fine. Maybe negate. I negate for Chase's defeat.
Your game has started.
So I don't really have a board plan with me right now. So I have a board plan for this matchup, but I think it's something close to this. This hand definitely is good. Let's see. It's a good hand. It's been too siphon this capture trigger, which he has not. Yeah. Interesting, so he left in his eat up once. Does he have a push as well? Yeah. Oops, sorry. Right. Now I feel push. And I guess we can just concede this. Probably. I mean, I'm just gonna chart across. Yeah, I guess we can concede this. What do I don't like? I guess my sideboard, my sideboarding plan was fine. If I'm wrong, it negates. But the rest seems solid.
Your game has started.
Yeah, this is alright. My opponent is going to mark down to 3 cards. Out of 6 cards, I mean those 3 cards. Oops. So your turn. Oh, great, we got first. Mirror breaker. Siphon for the opponent. Alright. So just go and push that one. And say go. Let's draw a card. So I want to play this champion, let's see. Discard champion and lands. I don't think we need to play this character right now. Just going to chart the course here. Drop the cards. This is fine. I'm just going to pass here. Might go on Glimmer here. I'm not going to count this Glimmer because yes, it just does nothing here. Because chase defeat, I want to preserve it for a keyhard. So we can just attack here again. I'm just going to play this thing here and pass the turn. Again, leaving a push and chase defeat. Yeah, it's a push, this is fine. Breaks on lands, which is very bad in the mirror. So here, I guess I want to run the county. He's commit. So he goes into 1 energy. I want to attack. So I think we have already won this game, if I'm honest. So you have like an answer of every threat our opponent plays. We have a champion of it's in our graveyard, we have one and then we have eternalizing. So he goes for Scarab God. Yeah, what? Me, it's not like I have a contempt for it, so yeah. We can just go and count the opponent now. Double up the clock. Right, GG, my hand is push. Chases, defeat, commit, Glimmer, the Scarab God, and investigation. Ah, it doesn't want to let me write it, god damn it. But yeah, so that was for the video. You saw how the Midrange mirror works out. A little bit game 1. Game 2 I completely swept, and game 3 I completely swept him, so that's what's happening after board. So game 1 is really like even after board. Game 1 would draws like more sideboard cards. I suppose I had earlier with more Siphoners wins, so yeah, I'm just going to update the description. Going up to 57 and 206 and 2 right now. So if you have came this far, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about the deck, you can ask me. I might write a primer or something while I'm playing, since I'm going to fly 3 hours tomorrow. Anyways, if you want to check this deck out, I'm going to put the Goldfish link to my deck list in the description, so you can just go and download the text document and don't have to type the list in. So thanks for joining me again and have a nice day. See you soon.